Getting it real with RealChunWai on the hottest topics, frank, engaging and candid. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. He is a well-known figure in the entertainment industry as an actor, singer, producer and director. But he is now ready to face a new audience on the political stage. Please welcome Hans Isaac. Good evening, Malaysia and followers from around the world. Tonight we have a really special guest. But before we do that, let me read out a bit from my script, okay? That's what all actors do. all the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have taken the exits and their entrances. And this is a line from Shakespeare's As You Like It. So the question tonight is, does a celebrity helps to build one's political career? Joining us is the multi-talented Dato' Hans Isaac, actor, producer, director, singer, and now politician. Please welcome Hans Isaac, my friend.
Hi, Dr. Sri, how are you, bro? How's it going?
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I love the introduction. I was actually
That's what we...
I was actually giggling over it. I was just thinking to myself, I did all that in 30 years of my career. Wow. Okay, that's a lot. You know what I mean?
Now it's a different stage.
It
and
is.
A bigger audience.
It is. It's exciting. It's exciting.
Okay, yeah. Hans, let us begin the conversation.
Sure.
Now, it is no secret. It's the worst kept secret in town. You have taken a plunge into politics.
Yes.
What made you make this decision to go in?
Well, I mean, it's very, this has been a 10-year plan. Not many people knew this.
Wow, 10 years.
Yeah, because obviously I was very active in the industry, and people told me, you know, if you get into politics, you segregate your market of followers and people who support your movies and your theater productions and your shows. So it's best not to get to it. I was advised at that point, you know, not to do it first. And obviously I was friends with a lot of politicians, you know, from all parties, and I must admit, I'm friends with all, you know.
Yeah.
Some good, some not so good. And that's the reality of the position we're in and the situation we're in.
Yeah.
But I've always been open to being friends and learning from the good and the bad. I saw a lot of good and I saw a lot of bad. And every day I would pass Ampang. My kampung is Ampang, 40 years there. And every day I would pass and see this billboard of the MP, which was Zuraida. And I always said, you know, she had a couple of terms already, and I said, maybe one day I would want to lead, you know, the people and my friends and everyone in Ampang one day, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I'll work for Ampang, you know, because being an actor, being an artist, I call it. I don't call it celebrity. I call it an artist because you're performing and you have a craft. It was always to say that, you know, one day I would just like to help the people, because it's always about me. When you're an artist, it's this way. All the attention is here. And being a politician or helping people, it's reversed. And I've always thought that I was very good at that reverse, better than being an actor, of course, I'm not an amazing singer, and a performer. I asked myself, what am I good at? What am I best at? And what am I happiest at? I'm happy when I perform with my friends of Awi, Aflin, and so on, and my buddies and so on stage. I asked myself, what am I good at? And I felt what I was good and happy at was when I help people, when I managed to fix something for someone, even though I never benefited out of anything, even though there was no financial benefit, there was no recognition, and many times people didn't know that I've helped people for years. In the past 20 years, I've been doing it, and only a certain amount of friends knew I was always doing CSR quietly. And as an actor, I didn't want to promote. I was helping people. Yeah. But today is a little bit different. It's a chicken and egg situation where I need to promote. I need to show that I am moving. I am helping. And people ask, "Oh, is it now?" No, I started doing Kita Budak Ampang 2 years ago. So this is the whole process. There's more to this, and I know that you've got more questions. So I'll just end that question there, and we can probably move on to another question or so on.
But were there any turning points? Okay, turning points. You may have started to build this 10 years ago, but there must be some turning points over the last 2 years. I said, I can't take this anymore.
Yes.
You know, this
Yes.
it's toxic. Malaysian politics is toxic. You know, they say,
Yeah.
look, man, I can't take this. And why PKL? And I will, yes, you have a lot of friends in all parties,
Yeah.
but there must be some friends in PKL, since
Yeah.
you chose PKL,
Yeah.
that spur you and give you that push to say, okay, this is a party that I want to go in.
Okay, that's it's very, very straightforward. I mean, why now? Why the last 2 years I
Yeah.
made that turn? The first thing is, I felt my age was right. I'm 50. I thought it was a matured age. I don't say that anyone younger is not right for politics and so on, but to be a leader, to try to be a leader, to try to capture a certain amount of people, to support and so on, to make the right choices, there must be some of failure in your life. And I think I've been through a lot of failures. And that's for my personal decision. Why now was that? Then we look at, obviously, the bigger picture, the country. Where are we today in the country? Let's really be honest here. I mean, I've always been blunt, and everybody in Ampang and everyone knows who meet me, I'm extremely blunt. I don't believe in shooting people down, but you must acknowledge the reality of where you are for things to be better. We're not in a very healthy position in the country. We know this. The branding around the world about Malaysia has not been very positive. And it's very sad because when I now, I'm in Singapore. I'm in Singapore right now. I'm doing this interview with you, and I was just in a taxi, and he was talking to me about politics in Malaysia and Singapore and the differences and so on. A cab driver, and he had his opinion about Malaysia. Very sad to hear. Tried to defend, but I believe he had some form of what he was saying was right. We're not in a very comfortable situation. And I felt that at the time when Pakatan Harapan took over government, they were not given the full timeline to prove what another party could do for the country. Now, obviously, every party has their own direction, their own initiatives, their own mandates, and so on. And usually when you want to fix or clean or reform something, it would become the first 2 or 3 years, it's not very nice. It's not very nice. In any agency, I was in FINAS as chairman. When I was asked to go in and try to help clean up stuff, and it was very difficult. A lot of people were against me. They were trying to shoot me down to get me out, because when the right thing is done, the wrong people can't benefit anymore. That's the reality. And it becomes open field for everybody to participate in a tender, in funding, in grants, and so on. And that is what Malaysia should be. It should be about anyone is capable and qualifies to benefit from the country's economy, because the people drive the economy. The people are the one to build the economy. The government put the policies of these for the economy to drive, but the people drive it, And why can't the people benefit from this across the board? Everyone, irrelevant race, religion, age, and so on, or gender, or so on. It should not make a difference. Females should have the equal quality of what the males have. You know what I mean? But we have obviously a society matter here, an issue that we also have to address. You see, so we in a cultural manner as well. But these are the things that sometimes give us these walls and barriers around us for us not to improve. And these issues, is just a handful of people turning voices and making noise when the consensus of 90% of people are not actually there. And because of a small fraction, people in the government go, oh, we cannot do this, if not, we will lose votes, or people are afraid to lose votes. And it becomes this problem, Politics becomes business. It should not. Business and politics have nothing in common. Nothing in common, you know what I mean? Yes, the economics of it, the development of it, the policies of it, yes. But the people placed in these positions cannot allow themselves to make politics a business or a living. That is these are the things. And this is where we are at today. And I believe we need a change. I believe new people should be in politics, not just, I mean, I know you've got a question you're going to ask me later, so I'm not going to answer this right now, but that's basically in general what I see.
You mentioned Singapore because you're not in Singapore. I think that Malaysia is on the slippery slope down. Even in Indonesia is progressing so well. And you can feel the strong vibes when you're there. They feel very confident. They probably feel that, look, it's just a matter of time.
I think the investments, the corporate sectors are moving to Indonesia, which is very sad. We've lost a few major companies in Malaysia that have decided to pack up shop and move to Indonesia and so on. I think Singapore has come up. I don't like comparing Malaysia with other countries. It's just unfair. You know what I mean? I'm a Malaysian. I'm proud of Malaysia. I want to live Malaysia. I want to say good things about Malaysia. But we must also be able to learn from the people around, the countries around us in Southeast Asia, for one, or in any other country, what works and what does not work. You see, today I look at Singapore and I speak to a cab driver or someone on the street. He goes, "Oh, our package for COVID was fantastic. We all got through it." But in Malaysia, we have still businesses who are struggling and people don't have jobs. And why is that? When we had such a massive package, multi-billion-dollar package to save the people, but today we're still struggling out there, you know what I mean? So the policies are very done short-term because of branding. We react now so we look good, rather than making a decision that may hurt now, but in the long run, it will definitely sustain the economy and the people of Malaysia to get past a pandemic in that sense, you know? I mean, no one could handle a pandemic. You know, it's very difficult. It's new times for everyone, especially Malaysia. You know, everybody's learning new ways of living. You know, but some countries did very well. So why are we shy to learn from these countries? You know, when I was in FINAS, I always went to other countries to learn and say what works for you in the policies that you do. And can you share it with me? Because I would like to maybe implement it in Malaysia and adjust. And I wasn't shy asking. I had to put my guard down. Even chairman of Malaysia, I'm representing my country in Cannes or in France. But I went to 8-9 meetings a day for 1 week just to learn these. It was long. I had long days in Cannes, and these are the things you need to open up your mindset.
All right, Hans. Why PKR? Is it because it's a multiracial party?
For sure. Because I believe, look at the dynamics of Malaysia. Obviously, we understand. We respect and understand the percentage of the Malays and Muslims and so on. And there's no issue about these things. And my friends are Muslims, Malays. I understand their culture, their religion very, very well. I have read the Quran, I've read the Bible. It's kind of very similar as well, and in many ways. And the respect is there for the religion and the people of Malaysia in all walks of life, whether it's Buddhism, Christians, Hinduism, and so on. And I think the act of what PKR was had that when I read it, because I read the Akta first, the party Akta, and I thought that was something I needed to understand first. And secondly was I met the president. I had a conversation with him, and when I left, I said, I think he deserves a term. This was about 2.5 years ago. And I said, I believe this man needs a term. He needs a term to be prime minister, was my one, at that point. I said, this is what I felt. I felt there were a couple of really good leaders, politicians in the party. I'm friends with Gobin, the AP. I'm even friends with the BN guys, and I have friends in PAS. I have friends in Warisan. I have in Bersatu. I have friends everywhere. We can sit and have a coffee and communicate, and we respect one another when we're sitting there. You know what I mean? And I didn't see that also in another thing that triggered me was I would look in Parliament. So I'm just diverting a little bit in Parliament and how the parties or MPs spoke to each other from both sides. Let's not blame one side. Both sides of the bench. I felt it was disgraceful. I felt it is unrespectful, and it didn't show proper mannerism of what Malaysia is about to their people. Because the younger generation would want to study what politics is about. Because with social media, access to politics is very quick. And people can make decisions very quick today in times. In our times, we didn't have that. So what we read from mainstream media, you were in mainstream media of what was put out there, that's all we got. Today, very different time.
All right.
So the younger generation can learn very quickly about politics. So with this of what they're showing in Parliament and how they carry themselves in Parliament, obviously you're going to shy away from the quality politicians who younger generation who are educated, well-versed, understands with knowledge and so on, well-developed, and they will shy away from being a good politician. So where is our second tier coming up in the future? It's not about age. It's not about a 50-year-old or a 21-year-old. It's about the understanding of what we're about, the premise that Parliament has set. These are the things I see that I go, this needs to be changed. 80% of the people sitting in Parliament should be changed.
Correct.
Should be changed. From all camps. I'm saying all camps. I'm not just talking about the government. I'm talking about all the parties, even the oppositions. We have to accept the fact that they are good ones and they are bad ones. The question is, the people vote them in. So if you're
I'm glad
consistently,
you.
sorry,
I'm glad you brought this up because that when you when I found that you go into politics, I was wondering how would I talk to you and tell you that I wasn't sure whether it was a good idea, given the fact that there's a lot of public distrust of politicians. They think that all these politicians in Malaysia are the same. It doesn't matter where they are from, you know. Sorry to use the term, they say they're just good actors, okay? So, but then I give myself a little bit of time to think about it. And I thought that, yeah, it'd be good to have Hans Isaac there, since that he's been doing a lot of groundwork.
Yeah.
And in any case, you're my friend, so it's always good to have MP as a friend.
Yeah, well, I think friends will not benefit from any position if I ever get it. You know. Now let me just clear this. Okay, there is there is no confirmation of me being in any position at this time. There is
No promise.
There's no promises from anyone. I did this on my own account for me to move to work in Ampang. And why I focus on Ampang, Kita Budak Ampang, is because I knew I didn't have my personal funds to help the entire Malaysia. I'm not a government. I don't have danas and grants. I don't apply for these things. And I knew whatever I had for myself that I was helping people, I could only segregate to a certain area. So I said, why don't I start a movement in Ampang? And hopefully somebody starts the same movement in Subang and in Perlis and in so on and so on, for them to look after each other. And then this movement will grow. So I thought, let us be the example of, to start this movement, you see. And it worked from there, you see. Then it just grew. So then I realized, my gosh, I'm coming to the tail end of this. I can't finance this all the way through my own and help people. Then years ago, with the position, may give me opportunity to help more people. This is why I contest in the party elections in Ampang as Ketua Cabang Ampang. I'm one of the nominees right now. I put my name in, and I'm going against 8 other candidates, of course.
Oh, 8, wow.
It's a big one. I think the whole of Malaysia party is looking at Ampang right now. And you're the first actual interview I'm giving, bro, because I said no to everyone until 20th, until the nomination confirmed. So this is the first interview I'm giving. I've had calls non-stop. Sorry? And
you have a celebrity rapper, Ultimate, fighting against you.
Yeah, I found that a bit weird, to be honest, because I've helped Ultimate quite a bit. Not helped, I've advised. I haven't helped. He's on his own. He's well capable enough of handling himself. But we've had a lot of conversations. I've explained to him about Ampang. I thought he was going to Gombak. And suddenly, from nowhere, last minute, his name popped up in the candidate list, and I think in Syria, and I texted him. I said, "Is this you, bro?" And he goes, "Yes." And I went, "Noted." That was it. Meaning, indirectly, our conversation stops here until we're done contesting with each other, because I can't feed information and my data to him, because it's my data and information that I've been working on for years and working on it. You see, so it's unfortunate that he wants Ampang, but I believe also to a certain extent he's advised by someone to come into Ampang. In the party, there's also party politics.
Sure.
So I think he's on a different. I would say cluster of people, and I'm with a different cluster of people, and obviously it's head on basically.
Hans, tell us a bit more about how does the voting process works in the PKR.
Okay.
In other parties, of course, it's delegates. How many people do you have to campaign and seek their votes?
In Ampang, there's 17,000 party members. 55% of them are Malays. 30% the dynamics is Chinese. The balance are the Indians and the other ethnic races there. I obviously not all 17 will come out and vote. Now, secondly, it's this year, it's online and it's physical. So there's going to be a couple of days, 2 days or 3 days of online, and then I think 1 day of physical voting, you see. And everybody has to get on the app, the Adil app, and then register in, and then you qualify to basically go online and vote. And you have one vote per name, basically, in that sense, I think. This is the first time I'm going through it. So I have a pool of people in my office who are working very hard. Even the grassroots who support me, they're in my office working every day, morning to night, getting the information out, our mandates out, our chai of list of people that we would see who could make a change in Ampang. And unfortunately, this is the fact that there have been people who've been in Ampang for too long. So I am the newbie, and obviously when the newbie comes in, the OBs don't want the newbie to come in, and obviously internal matters take place, and obviously nobody there probably wants me to win, who are going against me. It's a normal process. It's like sports. It's like a football match. You know what I mean? And that's basically it.
So there are 17,000 members that you need to look up. How do you reach them? This 17,000 people, is it by phone, online call? What do you do?
I can't tell you that. That's my move. Now I'm very clever. I don't share everything. Before I release, and now I'm like, no, I can't say that. No,
Trade secrets.
Yeah, we have many ways. We have many ways. But because of the movement of Kita Budak Ampang, we're well intact with the Ketua Kampongs. We're well in communication with the people. Because even if somebody needs a wheelchair, I will know it in 24 hours. For instance, the floods in Ampang and Lembah Jaya. The floods happened at about 9, 10 at night. At 11 o'clock, I was already in the floods, helping people, moving out Kita Budak Ampang. Then obviously night came and we went back. Next morning, 8, we brought everything in to basically try to clean up and so on. You know, and it was very, very unfortunate because my team was literally, we were in shorts and we were in mud and everything and in the drains, trying to clear out the drains so the water could move in and so on, literally in the longkangs, and going to elderly people's home who couldn't basically help themselves. They carry them out and clean their houses for them because they didn't have kids or a family and just 2 old couple. And obviously there were other parties coming in with nice black leather shoes, holding a file and pointing at the river, and then 2 people taking selfies and pictures, and 5 minutes later they walk off just to get a picture.
With an entourage.
With an entourage
of 30 to 40 people.
Yeah, but they didn't realize I'm with, face mask. They didn't realize it was me. And I literally opened my face mask and it was a YB. I won't say who. And I pulled out YB. I said, YB, I don't think that picture was very nice, YB. You should go into the sungai and have the water halfway to your knees and take the picture like you're really in there, because that picture is not going to be good for you. Because it was all about a picture for them.
Yeah,
we have pictures as well. We do, because people, whatever is given support, like people give us clothes, cleaning materials, and so on. We have to tell them that, look, we use this for this. We can't just say we take help from people and just do what we want with it. We need to justify on a picture and an audit on a program. We have everything we do, each program we do, we have a document that justifies that specific program, expenditure, and what we do. So if someone gives you $1,000 to help in CSR, we will justify it with signatures, IC numbers, and so on, and it becomes a report per project basis, you see. Because we have to be, as an NGO, we'll be audited, and we have to be very open about this.
As a celebrity, as an artist, I mean, people recognize you. So when you go to these places, does it help? Because you don't have to introduce yourself. People already know you. What is their reception when they see a known face like you?
I think obviously, first thing, the good part about it, it breaks the barrier of politics. It breaks the fact that they think, oh, it's another politician coming in, you know what I mean? They straight away, hey, it's Hans Isaac. I want to take a picture. I watch his movies. It's fine, you know what I mean? Because my reason for being an actor was always to entertain people, to give them 2 hours of like private pleasure and just sitting in the mall, cinema, and just being alone and watching the movie and laughing or crying or getting the emotion and walking out and going through their heavy day the next day or so on, It was just for that moment for them to have some peace and quiet. It was always that for me, it wasn't always about me. It was always, I always thought that, I'll do this because people want to watch me right now. Let me do it now. Because one day people would not want to watch me anymore. And I knew it. And hence why the retirement and so on. Because I knew my time is done as an actor. I've done everything possible. I've won everything possible. I've done everything possible in the entertainment industry. I think no non-Malay has done as much as I have done.
Absolutely.
I believe so. And the amount of films I've done, the amount of productions I've done, theater I've done, the successes of theater, the awards, I don't think any non-Malay in Malaysia has got what I have. And it's something I'm very proud of. I'm very proud. And it's not just me, it's just the people around me. But today my focus has changed. It's changed to helping people, whether it's down the path of politics, it's to change policies, it's to do what's good and leave a legacy for the people and myself. You know what I mean? I don't want, what do people want to know? Oh, Hansen, he's another actor. So many actors in Malaysia, Was
it difficult for you to make this decision to move on to another phase of your life, another platform, and say, look, I have enough of being an artist. It's now time to move on. Was it difficult? I mean, you practically live your life as an artist. You enjoy doing this. Do you miss that?
But let me explain something first here, which is this decision is not made last minute of what I'm doing today. Secondly, I've had my time. You leave on a high rather than leave on a low. When you've done what you need to do, go. and create.
Yes.
And my attitude is very simple. Once I've hit the max, I need to move to something else to inspire me again, for me to start moving again, to keep my brain moving, something that inspires me and I'm excited about again. And this is right now exciting when I help people and I'm doing my CSR and my programs and people come to me with problems. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. I love doing a jigsaw puzzle. So someone comes with a problem and this is my problem. I don't know how to fix it. This is what I have, it's a problem. And I can look at it and break that jigsaw puzzle and put it back and it'll be a beautiful picture and go, here, this is how I can help you. I may not be able to make the perfect picture, but I will get a picture for you the best I can. So in layman term, I always give it my best and I never promise anything to anyone that I cannot deliver. I have never said yes to something I cannot deliver. If I can't, I'm blunt. This one, sorry bang, tak boleh. Saya tak boleh tolong. You know what I mean? If I can, I say, saya boleh tolong setakat ni, tapi setakat ni saya tak boleh. Yang ni saya boleh. You know? And usually it's always about solving people's problems financially or you know, medically, you know, and financially is medically as well. It's not for them to have a good time or whatever, but it's more food, medical, kids' school. It's quite straightforward. We can see what the problems are. Ampang has a social matter as well, you see.
So when people come to see you, they see you as a potential YB, and they know that you're okay, or you are rather an NGO activist at this point. They see you for help, you know. Of course, NGO needs financial support. So where does your financial support comes from? It can't be from your own pocket all the time.
It's 100% from my own pocket. 100%. And today, because of my movement, I've got a lady who's on my social media, and I won't say her name, and she calls up once in a while because, do you need any help? I know you're doing this on your own. You can't be doing this on your own, Hans. And I don't know this lady. And she's like, and one day I don't know why, I just responded. I said, I need some help. If people come to me for help, I should be okay to go to someone for help, you know? And I'm not asking help for myself. I'm helping help for someone else. I don't benefit an inch in this, you know, nothing. So I've got to put my guards down, my ego down to say, Hans, you need to ask for help when you need to, because everyone who's a leader thinks I must show that I'm perfect. They must show that I know everything. Every decision I make is the decision and it's right. And my ego stands there because I must be right. Even if it's wrong, I'll stand my ground with that decision. That is wrong. The leader should be able to say, I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. Nobody expects a leader in any position, any way, any country or anywhere to be perfect. Just be honest with the people. And this is where we are today. The politicians are not honest to the people. Why are they not honest? Because it is a short-term answer. Something happens, the politician gives a statement. The statement is to just clear his name, protect him and his people and his kementerian. That's it. The policy after that, or what is going to execute after that, yang tu tak apalah. As long as we get a statement, this is the reason. This is the reason. They must know we give the reason. But the reasons that the Rakyat have, they're not listening to those reasons. They are being defensive rather than being progressive in terms of making that change or meaning to say, look, let's make a move. We have 30 days to fix this. We have millions of government servants who are qualified and, you know, good people. They need good leadership as well. The KSUs, the ministers, the deputy ministers, and so on, you know, the Alido, you know, all of them, the MPs, everyone. We actually have a few good ones, you know, as I said, not all. So this is why we are, the center of why we ask ourselves, how come we are in this position?
You have come up with a very strong idealism, strong rules and strong preparations. But of course, it's always difficult to break down the barriers of the system that's so entrenched. And sometimes that's you have your first taste of the kind of politicking, even within the division, one more in the higher place, right? Well, so the kind of compromises of principles that has got to be cut out. Are you prepared for this kind of life that's coming along the way?
I think as an actor before, I was always given comments, nasty ones, and I was being attacked and so on, you know, and I was okay with it. I was like, you know what, I come with this concept. A politician mentor of mine said this to me. He goes, Hans, when you make a decision, you make the decision today for maybe 60% of the people to benefit. The other 40% are going to attack you, attack the decision you made because they're not benefiting. Because you cannot make one decision that makes everybody happy. Tomorrow, you will make another decision that 40% that attack you, they're going to benefit. And the 60% that was supporting you and being nice to you yesterday, they're going to attack you today. This will never end. It's just the question is whether you're strong enough to stand there and go, these are your principles. You can sleep at night. You can shut your eye without any stress to say, I've done the best I can today. You know what I mean? These are the qualities that you must have empathy. You must have kindness and you must understand people. You must be soft enough to say, I can speak to anybody. I could speak to the guy on the street, and I could speak to someone in a position with all the titles in front of his name. You know what I mean? In Malaysia, we have all this, So it's okay. I understand it, I understand it, no problem. But we must be able to adapt to both. The problem is the high society stands here and live this luxurious, wonderful life, whereby the middle class and the lower class, we're not on the same platform. You do not understand. But our culture is, kesian kita tolong lah. But nothing happens after that. Or it's short term. It's just a one-off, you know what I mean? I'm not saying one-off is wrong, but what I'm saying is, if you're leading a country, you should be looking at something that's going to fix it for the next 30 years. Our acts are back 30 years behind. Let me just bring KKMM in Finas. Akta 244. It's 30 years back. We have diverted to so many changes in multimedia, in our ways of life, communication, creative industry, and so on. But the act is still there. Now, for me, it is, why aren't these acts being changed? When I was in Finas, we tried, and we were trying to change the act. But it obviously goes through a low process. All Kementerians have to receive the new act. They have to approve it, comes back, then it goes through the legal department, and then it goes to Parliament, and Parliament approves it. It takes a lot of work. Is a minister holding post 3 to 5 years, dependent of how the government stands, be able to execute that in that timeline? So the process has to be faster. Everything has to be from 3 years has to be now. We do it in 8 months to 1 year. And the policy should be, every Kementerian, if you're given a task, it should be done in that timeline. The timeline is your report card. So then things start to move faster. Because I felt things were moving very slow. It was like, you got to do town halls, you got to do this, you got to do that. Nak jaga semua hati, Sometimes you just got to go, we know the problem already.
Correct.
Just fix it. Just change it now. Because they may hurt, they may hurt, I may be hurt today, and they may hate me today. But tomorrow when they benefit, they will realize. So leaders should be those people that I'm okay to take the hit. But when the time comes down the line, people will see that actually, like for instance, RTM, for years, the price was like this. When we took over and we were there in KKMM and Finas, we got 20% increment. It didn't happen for 30, 40 years, you know what I mean? If I'm not mistaken. And we got that. Did a single person say thank you? No, not a single person. Did we expect it? No. But there was there's no one recognized, because why? We are so used to receiving. What I get. When I get, what I get next. There's no what I get. Now, how do I use this to build and help the ecosystem? It's very about yourself sort of environment. This we need to change.
Hans, I have a final question for you.
Sure.
The next few months will be very crucial. You have the divisional election in Ampang next month after Raya, after Puasa. And then
13th.
you will, and then as we're coming up to July, there's very high possibility that the parliament will be dissolved, and probably general election in August or September. So these next few months are very crucial months for you. I wish you all the best, and I hope that you will succeed.
Thank you.
And I pray that you will do well. One final question: what is your advice to our friends, especially those in the entertainment circle, friends of ours who may think that they should also go into politics? They've done a lot of work. What is your advice to these people?
Ask yourself whether you've done a lot of work first, because entertaining people is not about them. Because a lot of artists in Malaysia, it's about self, me, what I get, what project I get, how popular I am, how much commercials I can get, endorsement I get. It's a very me industry, you see. Politics and helping people, I always use the word helping people, not managing, but helping people and supporting them and so on. Being part of the ecosystem, the grassroots and so on. It's not easy. because everybody has different characters and so on. You see,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think not everyone in the entertainment industry is cut out for politics, and that's the reality. You know, they may feel they're popular, but not everyone is cut out for politics. There are a few people that I even question, like, why are you doing this? You know what I mean? Why are you doing this? You know, but you can't manage people. They're allowed to do what they want to do. This is the beauty of our country. We're allowed to do what we want to do to a certain extent. If they can decide that they want to do what I'm doing, and I set an example to the rest, and it's not people in the entertainment industry, it's also everyone else. Don't just look at me as an actor. I used to be an actor. I'm no more an actor. I used to be an actor. But people never knew about me, Hans, the businessman. Hans, all the businesses I had, because I never highlighted it. I never highlighted my business. I was always an actor. But people didn't realize I made my money through business. I never made my money through the entertainment in terms of being an actor. It was never, it was all, I wouldn't say called petty cash, but I thought it was pocket money, you know what I mean? For my holiday, whatever. There's little things, I could do this, I could help people, I could do all these things with it, you know. But my general life was sustained by the businesses I had. You know, I was board director of a few public listed companies, you know what I mean? Big companies, oil and gas companies and so on. And these are things that I never promoted, you know what I mean? So people don't know the actual Hans ni siapa. I saw on a platform on social media, they put out, I think, Aflin Ultimate and myself picture. And I read the comments, and a lot of people were whacking us. They were whacking us. They thought, oh, you want to be Ukraine president, or, you know, I never supported you guys. I don't watch entertainment, but you guys are a joke. You don't watch entertainment in Malaysia, but you guys are a joke. How do you decide? You don't even know us. You don't know what we've been doing behind the scenes. You're already judging because you feel that you can say what you want to say on social media, but we don't react to it. I don't react to it. I just read it and go, it's just funny. You know what I mean? Because they do not know me. So the point here is get to know me. Go on my social media, see what I've done. Google me, do research to your politicians. The problem is people in one area of Don or parliament seat, they have that announced spotters. They only look after, it's a small number, it's 2,000. I only need 2,000 to win. So I need jaga 2,000 lah. So those 2,000 keeps, they just look after the 2,000 and not the whole ecosystem. He keeps being voted in as a parliament member. Whether he works or not as a parliament member or not, irrelevant. Hey, I'm a parliament member of my kawasan. So I have a right to sit here, which is but what are you doing when you sit there is my question. How are you developing yourself, including? Or are you just going to have your ego, or now I'm a minister or team minister, now everybody must listen to me? It doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. You serve the people, not the people serve you. You serve the people. You know what I mean? I
agree with you, Hans. Like the talking down method is no longer relevant. And no, it's gone.
Gone.
It's gone. The old method is gone.
It's gone. If any politician thinks that today, I am sorry, you are done. You are finished, because the people are smart enough to know. And I hope even in an interview like this, people see the other side of Hans. And this is why I agreed to it, because I want people to now see this is the other side of Hans. I'm ready to speak up. I'm ready to share this side of my life, which I never did before. So you judge me before this, I accept, because you did not know me. So I cannot be upset with you. I tak kenal. Macam mana you nak tahu? You know what I mean? Sekarang kita nak cuba kenal. You kenal, then you can judge me. After this, you kenal me. You want to comment? Go ahead. No problem.
Thank you, Hans. That was a great punchy ending. Thank you, Malaysians, for watching this program. And Hans, really appreciate you joining us out of Singapore. Take care, Hans.
Take care, buddy.
All the best.
Thank you.